A UN panel has issued a dire warning this morning, talking about climate change and the threat it poses to the global food supply. It's a special report 2 years in the making, with contributions from some 40 countries. And CBC science reporter Nicole Mortellaro has been looking through those findings. She's in studio with me this morning. Always good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Walk us through the main highlights for you in this report.
So basically, it's about better land management. We take it for granted. We live off the land, but we're not managing it properly. So that includes agriculture, forestry. We see forest fires continually, and look at what happened last week in the Arctic as well. So we need to actually do better at the way we're managing that, because without it, we could face food scarcity, and that will end up with higher food prices, decreased nutritional value, and this is all something that we really need to take seriously. We can't combat climate change solely on reducing fossil fuel emissions. So here's what Valerie Masson-Delmotte had to say. She's the IPCC co-chair, and this is what she had to say about it today.
Okay.
The way we produce food and what we eat contributes to the loss of natural ecosystems and declining biodiversity. When land is degraded, it reduces the soil's ability to take up carbon, and this exacerbates climate change. In turn, climate change exacerbates land degradation in many different ways.
So the thing that was really important, as it was mentioned, is that our land acts both as a carbon sink and also a CO2 emitter. So this is what's really important for us to maintain that balance.
Okay, to figure out how better to manage land use. A pretty stark depiction of how badly humanity is doing that. Also, though, looking to the future, recommendations for change. And what, again, stands out for you in the recommendations?
You know, for me, even as just somebody who's guilty of this as well, is food waste. That is something that's really big. As well, they're recommending shifting, we've heard this before, to a more plant-based diet, but they're not saying to get rid of meat. They're suggesting perhaps going to animal-sourced products that are sustainable and that produce less greenhouse gas emissions.
Okay. So some pretty, that's common sense, day-to-day changes that humanity can make, but must make, I guess.
Exactly, and also they're calling on governments to support the changes, because yes, the upfront costs could be costly right now.
Okay, Nicole, thank you very much. An important new report out just this morning. Nicole Mortellaro here in studio with me.